Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to tell you about the Soviet serial killer with the longest series of murders that lasted 21 years. We can say that Anatoly Slivko is the most socially adapted serial killer. The list of his merits and achievements is quite impressive. He was a striker of communist labor, a member of the Communist Party. He held the title of honorary teacher and even was a deputy of the city council. Pionerskaya Pravda many times wrote about him. He had countless certificates of honor and awards. All the citizens of small town Neveromysk knew about Slivko and his children's tourist club, called Chagrid. Therefore, when Slivko was arrested in December 1985, it came as a complete surprise to everyone. But the reality turned out to be terrible. The children's best friend, Anatoly Slivko, was a murderer, a monster from a horror movie. He killed 7 children, aged from 11 to 15 years, and the murders and dismemberment of corpses were carefully filmed and photographed. During their research, in addition to the creepy films and pictures, enforcement agencies also found a set of hunting knives and a hiking hatchet, and even sewn children's shoes. In addition, Slivko's notebooks and diary were found, which he had kept for many years and in which he described in details the murders and his feelings associated with them. He found his victims among the members of the Chagrid Club. He begged them to participate in a secret experiment or test, consisting in the fact that the child was hanged with a loop or covered in a cellophane packet that was put on his head and lost consciousness. Slivko said that it was necessary in order to know how to help someone who lost consciousness while hiking. In general, Slivko told boys going to the experiment that they perform a feat and make a huge impact on science. 7 such experiments brought boys to death, but besides them, there were 42 experiments with different boys that ended by and large safely, although some of its participants suffered illness or even disabilities for life. Slivko received sexual arousal and discharge watching the torture of children, but he got the highest pleasure from the process of cutting off body parts and other necrosadistic actions. As it was written in his diary, he liked sewing feet wearing boots of already dead boys. He poured gasoline on the shoes and set them on fire, constantly filming it. Slivko also tried to save some parts of the bodies, mainly genitals, by salting them in an ordinary tin can. The trial of Slivko took place in June 1986. Twice conducted medical examination confessed him completely compos mentis. He was shot in September 1989. Thank you for your attention.